afternoon. Today we are with Mr. Baey Yam Keng, MP for Tampines GRC. So, Mr. Baey, could you share with us what your school experience was in Hwa Chong?
For me, I was in Hwa Chong in 1987-88. I was the batch which had to go through various campus moves during that time. In 1987, May, I remember it was 8th of May, Hwa Chong had to evacuate the whole building because of some structural concerns with the building. So within the same day, we had to leave the building, and subsequently we moved from campus to campus. So we spent 3 weeks in Ngee Ann Polytechnic. After that, it was 6 months at a new school campus in Woodlands, and then in my second year, we were in Bukit Batok campus. So it was a few years later that Hwa Chong eventually moved back to where we are now at Bukit Timah, which is where we started with. So I was, I think, I say fortunate or unfortunate that I was a batch that had a chance to study in 4 different campuses, and I must say that certainly left a very deep, lasting impression for me and my peers, because we had to deal with many uncertainties. We didn't know where we'll be studying. In fact, the day when we were asked, we were given this eviction order, we didn't know where to report for school the following Monday. There were rumors that Hwa Chong will be disbanded and will be all allocated to different JCs, which was a very terrible thought then. So throughout the rest of 2 years, we had to grapple with new environment, new surroundings. I think, but that also made the school stronger. I was very, very proud that our year broke all previous records in terms of excellence in A-level results. So I think adversity does bring about unitedness, unity, and made us stronger, made the bond stronger. And I think with that we also feel a lot more closer to Hwa Chong, even up to today. So I think these are the values about facing adversity and adapting, and also doing the best for us.
Share with us what you learned and did in school.
I was in the Chinese Society CCA committee member, and had a chance to be involved in many activities that we organized. Of course, the biggest one being Hong Sen Ye Yun, which is still around today. I think the biggest, I think most important experience I gathered was that it was a very big group effort, and tapping on different expertise and students of different talents. While it is a Chinese drama, Chinese theatre, there are a lot of other requirements in the backstage. For example, the props, sets, the wardrobe, technical side of things, the sound, lighting, and it's about tapping on different resources, different talents, and how to galvanize all the different people together to produce a complete production for the audience. So at a very young age then, we learned how to interact and work with different people, and also realizing the strengths in different skill. So it doesn't mean that the actors, the cast who is on stage being the most being the most glamorous, but doesn't mean that they can exist without the support of who is in the production team, and as well as the backstage crew. So I think from early age then we realized that, and I think that is very useful for us as we enter workforce, to respect different strength, different skill, every job, and the strength, the contribution that everybody can bring to the team.
So Mr. Baey, what was your role in Hong Kong area?
I was the vice chairman of the society then, and my role was, we call it stage manager, but I think it's more a producer. So basically it's about putting things together, coordinating all the different departments, the different roles, different functions, and being the overall in charge. So that really, I think it was a very enriching experience because you have to handle many things at a time. And up to today, I'm involved in theatre, and I would say that the fundamentals of theatre production came from experience in Hwa Chong.
So what are the values you picked up in Hwa Chong which are most applicable in your life and work life today?
I think in school, we talk about CCA, right? About having to work with different people. I think the most important part is about humility, about respecting what everyone can bring to the table. Even though I may be, a student leader in terms of producing the theatre production, is something that I cannot accomplish without the support of everybody, from the smallest crew member in the team. So likewise in my work now, whether in my professional life or as an MP now, every single member of the team, whether it could be a community worker, a grassroots leader, or a civil servant, I think everyone makes the picture complete. So I may have the privilege of being in a certain position, but that doesn't give me the reason to be rude or to be nasty along with people. At the end of it, it's about human to human relationship. That's most important. So I think being humble, being friendly, and always look on the bright side of things, and be adaptable to changes, but always have a positive attitude to make things better, and to have the common goal in reaching that final destination. So having the energy to pull everybody along is, I think, critical, whether as a student or later on.
What do you do in your job currently?
I focus most of my time on my constituency work as a member of parliament. So I take care of Tampines, and so I look after the interest and welfare of my residents. So that is one part of it, solving the problems, issues they face in the estate. And also as a chairman of the Tampines Town Council, I supervise the Town Council in terms of cleaning and maintaining the estate. The other thing that I'm focusing on is about bringing the people of Tampines closer together. So we have various initiatives like monthly sessions like Kopi Talk, where people can come together to raise issues, open dialogue among residents. We also have our signature movie screening, outdoor movie screening, which helps to bring people together to enjoy something together. And I think this is the kind of spirit I would like to create in the community, where people are familiar people, friendly to people, and because only with the kind of relationship that will feel for the community and have attachment, and therefore look out for one another, and that's what makes a community warm. And I think that's a very important part, especially in a fast-paced society today. At the same time, there are issues that I'm passionate about. So issues like youth issues on social media, about freedom of expression, censorship, languages bilingual policy. These are some of the topics that I'm quite passionate about, and I do find every opportunity to express my views or to offer suggestions to the government. So I'm also active on social media, so that gives me a platform, a channel to reach out to people, but at the same time also to hear from the public about their thoughts, about suggestions, and they give me a lot of ideas of how and what I can do as an.
Do you think Hwa Chong students should learn and take away from their school life?
Now you're in Hwa Chong, I think probably you're in the last phase of your formal education, where you still wear the school uniform, that you still have a class or a civics tutorial group, and then you are together. I think make the best use of it, because you have a very clear group that you belong to, that you're part of, and invest the time to know your classmates, your friends in CCA well, because these will be friends that you have for life. And yes, study hard, but at the same time, I hope that people will find time to enjoy themselves too, because I think it's important that in a school environment, you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of resources to try different things, pursue different interests through the CCAs, and learn, make mistakes along the way, but at the same time, treasure the experience that you will have in school. At the same time, your teachers as well, teachers who are there to guide you as mentors, because they are also the mentors for life. And I think it is something that you will realize after you leave school, that these are ties that will last for life. And up to today, there are some teachers, of course many of my classmates, we are still in touch. And that all this does bring back a lot of good memories. And these are really key years of your life that are very formative for you, that you develop your values, the way you deal with people, and really so make the best use of your time.
As an alumnus, how do you regularly contribute back to school?
I think it is an identity that we carry with ourselves for life. So I hope that through my words, my deeds, what I do, whether it as an MP or even as a family man, a father, a husband, we continue to live the values and what Hwa Chong taught us when we were in school. So that is, I think, one very direct contribution. But at the same time, wherever there are requests from Hwa Chong, whether it's in student projects like this or school events where the principal or anyone requires me to be there to whether give a talk or to be part of occasion. I also back recently for Chinese storytelling competition. So I always give special priority, special consideration to requests from Hwa Chong. So I hope that in this little way I can help to I think show, lead by example of how alumnus can contribute, but through interactions with my juniors or super juniors in school now, that there's a bond that ties us together, and that we are all part of the same great family, and in time to come, it's also your chance to give back to Hwa Chong.
So Mr. Baey, do you have any message for the secondary 1 students of Hwa Chong?
Well, I think you are joining a great institution, a great family, and a long, illustrious tradition of people who have benefited from the education there. And you have access to a lot of great resources, great teachers, and also great alumni. And hope you learn a lot, and not only academically, but also life skills, values, and good attitudes that you can live throughout your whole life as something that's internal to you, as something that you will contribute to the society as well as back to Hwa Chong.
So thank you Mr. Baey for the interview.
It's a pleasure, thank you.